Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this class number 35, we are going to learn a very interesting concept is called generic concept. This generic data type is available in each and every programming language. In Go language, it was not introduced in the beginning of a language, but Google had to change this concept, and after certain version of Go language, Google introduced generic concept also in Go programming language. So with the help of this, you can understand that forcefully Google had to add this concept in Go programming language also, because on a birth of Go programming language, this concept was not introduced in Go. But in Rust programming language, we have generic concept like we have in Java and other programming language also. So what is generic and how to create generic structure, and what do you understand by monomorphization, that we are going to understand in Rust. So let's create project number 35. So I say cargo new, class number 35. I say generic struct. cd this. Now open the file main.rs, and here we are going to understand it. Remember that. So I define first struct rectangle like this. Here I say length of f64 and I say breadth of f64. Like that we try to create a structure. Remember that it's a normal way. So I create a variable, I say let, and here I say rec1 equal to rectangle, and here I provide the value. I say length is 4.5, I say breadth is 5.7, like this. And remember that I can display this print ln like this, and I say length equal to and breadth equal to is called rec1 dot length and rec1 dot breadth. So it's a normal structure, nothing special in it. If you see that and I compile it, I say cargo run, successfully executing. But in place of this, if suppose I pass here t and u, these are the data type for my structure, generic data type, and I say here t and I say here u. Remember that. So two type of data type I am passing here, remember. So when I am creating an object of this and I am passing a value float and float, because I can pass both, or I can pass int or float, any change value I can pass like this. So automatically is convert into i32 and f64. Remember that. So this is generic one. If I try to execute it, and you will see that it will run without any problem. It's running, and I can create more object also like this. Suppose I say one more object, and this time I say it's rec2, and this time I pass value this one, and I can pass character as also. Remember that if I pass here string, I can pass value also like this. I say string from 23 like this. I am just passing just to show you the example of generic. You see, automatically convert into string because of the generic nature. And here I can pass to 2, here I pass to 2 like this. I execute it, and you see that in place of this we have 23 also, but this 23 I am passing as a string. Remember that. So this is called generic structure in Rust programming language. So with the help of these generic variables, we can assign these variable here as a data type, and at runtime whatever I am going to change, suppose that I am creating this one, so I am passing here integer and float value. I'm passing this one, then I'm passing float value and a string value. So with the help of generic nature of this, I am able to create object of these two of different data type. Now we have to understand one more thing also, that this is creating and using of generic structure in Rust. Now what do you mean by monomorphization? Monomorphization is, suppose that I'm creating a 2 copy of this structure. So in other programming language, the process when we use generic programming language, then it make your application slow. But in Rust programming language, this generic nature or generic programming does not slow your program execution. Why? Because this Rust use monomorphization process. With the help of monomorphization, this structure is defined two times. When you compile the Rust programming, when Rust compiler, remember that when Rust compiler compile this code, then it automatically create the copy of this like that. Suppose first one is integer, so it create a copy of this 32 and then it pass F64. Remember that, and it pass it here I32 and F64. So like that it create the copy of this rectangle in the memory. Similar, it create like this also. It is the integer, I think float type, so it's a F64, and second one is string, so like that, and we change it to F64 and we change it to string type like that. So this is the process by which it stop the slow execution of a program. This process is called monomorphization. Means with the help of monomorphization, while it compiling the code, Rust compiler make multiple copy of this in a code. Remember that. So if I am using two copy of rectangle, two types of rectangle with different data type, so it create two copy like this while it executing a code. So this is also static, this is also static in nature. Remember that these two structures are static in nature. That means at runtime we have defined the structures. We are not changing a value at runtime because we already have defined this structures with the same data type which we are going to create here. With the help of this process, we reduce the execution time. Remember that. With the help of monomorphization, Rust compiler create multiple copy of this structure in the source code and then it compile. So that means multiple of rectangle structures is available. So at runtime it do not convert these generic variables to data type variable because they are already converted and we have multiple copy of rectangle with these data type which we are using. So such kind of concept is called monomorphization, and this concept make generic programming more faster as compared to other programming language like Java and other. So Rust generic program is also execute with the same speed as normal program execute. Remember that, because of the process of monomorphization in which it make a multiple copy of a same structure while it compiling the code. So at runtime, the executable code we have with multiple copy, those are static in nature. So runtime it not converting the code into the data type as we are passing. So I think now you clear the concept of generic structure and monomorphization in Rust programming language. If you like it, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.